Hello. Hopefully we won't fall asleep today. I feel slightly more awake, but you know, that could always change. We are back with Phoenix Wright. Justice for All. We're about to start case 2. Didn't just spill my boiling hot tea down the inside of my thumb. Nope, that wasn't me. And of course my Amazon package is now 6 stops away. Which means that it's down the road, so okay. At some point I will have to pause to get that. I've got 2 Amazon packages coming. Same delivery. Same order. But apparently 2 packages, so hopefully they come in the same delivery, because otherwise that is mighty inefficient. But yeah. Either which way, as I said, back with Phoenix Wright today. Story time with Joe. Phoenix Wright is attorney, justice for all. And yeah, we are about to start. Let's get the right thing. Where are we? 1735. Episode 2, Reunion and Turnabout. We did the Lost Turnabout. Last week, where we were having some serious fatigue issues. Not going to apologise because there wasn't anything I could have done, but it meant we had a short 2-hour stream. The starting late part was totally my fault, because I was cooking. Today I decided to cook after stream. So we're going to try and vaguely keep to an on-time stream today. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Any? See you again. It's not your fault. You didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. I was going to say, how did they get their revenge when they were dead? Okay, it's a little loud on the music. And obviously spirit medium is the answer. It's quite cool that it's a while ago that, I mean, I sometimes remember, like, who did the cases, who did the thing, but, it's long enough, God, it's like over 10 years since I played this, but I don't always remember what's going on. Can't believe something like this happened. The events of that gloomy rainy afternoon that started this whole mess keep playing through my mind. June 16th, 3:34 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. What the sig raid? Seriously with the yawning. Okay. I don't feel tired, I'm just doing the yawning apparently. Do you understand how depressed that makes me, do you? I guess. But actually, more than being depressed, I'm angry at that weather girl on TV. I think our little rainy spell will take a break with a day of sun. That's what that girl said. I'd stake my life on it. Well, it's the weather. But that's why I didn't bother to bring an umbrella today. What nerve calling herself a weather girl. She's going to hear about my $1,500 suit. About your case. Unless you're planning on suing the weather girl? I'm sorry. I thought that before we got down to business, we could have some friendly chatter. My name's Dr. Turner Gray. I'm a surgeon. Remind me never to end up under his knife. I'm here today because of this incident. Malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. 14 inpatients lose their lives. Oh, you're the doctor. It's really quite upsetting. Did you hear me? Upsetting. Yes, I heard you. I agree. It's quite upsetting, Dr. Gray. The one that screwed up was that nurse. It's her that got the medications mixed up and killed those 14 patients. Yet, now listen good, and yet that nurse had the nerve to go and die before admitting to her wrongdoing. She didn't even offer any sort of explanation to me, and this is the kicker? She even has herself a grand old accident and crashes her car. Ah, well, that was the revenge thing that we were talking about at the very beginning, I guess. Smash, crunch, instantly transforming her car into the accordion model. That's right, about a year ago, all the tabloid shows were talking about it. 14 victims of medical malpractice, and the nurse's mysterious fatal accident. There were rumours that Dr. Gray had actually caused that crash. People said it was to forever hide the person responsible for the malpractice incident. Why would I? Now, I'm just going to say this once. Why on earth would I want to kill that nurse? She's the one who killed those 14 patients, not me. I think you need to take a deep breath, Doctor, and focus. More to the point, this case is over a year old. Why bring it up now? Sorry. That's simple, because the situation is slipping out of my grasp. This just won't do. My clinic isn't seeing nearly as many patients nowadays. Do you understand what that means? It means they're not coming to my clinic. You don't say. If it were me, I don't think I'd want to go either. No, definitely not. So what would you like me to do about it? I want you to help me prove I'm innocent. I'm a lawyer. Not a detective. Yeah. That's exactly what I said. You do realise I'm a lawyer, not a private investigator, right? No, this is something only you can do. Maya Fey, you know this girl, correct? Mm-hmm. Maya, why do you know her name? I heard you were working under her for a little while. Well, yes, I mean... Hey, wait a second here. I worked under her? Yes, am I wrong? She told me, so I'm not quite sure if... Well, we worked a few trials together. But she went back to her hometown to undergo more training. Ah, yes, I heard. It must be lonely for you. But wait, I'm not... She must be an extraordinary girl to handle such rigid training. Huh? I have an acquaintance who knows a lot about these mystical sort of things. She's the one who introduced me to Miss Fey. Is Maya really that famous? And I've already set up an appointment. For what? For Elsa channeling. I'm going to have her call the spirit of that nurse that went and got herself killed. Excuse me. Oh, Maya, I wonder what she's up to right now. The women of the Fey clan... Oh, hang on. The women of the Fey clan, have always been spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us. That's what she told me. I guess she's learnt to accept her responsibilities and become an adult. My sister became a lawyer, so that's interesting. Not counting training, this will be her first time channeling a spirit. So she gave me one condition before accepting my request. The condition? The condition is you, Mr. Wright. She said that she wouldn't do the channeling without first seeing you again. Me? And that is why I have searched you out. Okay, you want to see her too, don't you? Sure. And so, that is how I ended up visiting Maya's hometown with a doctor. June 19th, 1:25 p.m, Crane Village. This is Crane Village, Maya's hometown. Begins with a P. Pearl. Why, hello there. What an odd little girl. See, told you it was Pearl. Hey, wait up, Pearly! Someone else is coming this way. Maya, how are you? It's good to see you again. Wow, I didn't think you'd really show up. It's not that big a deal. You made it sound like you were so far away. Well, maybe I exaggerated just a little. It was only 2 hours by train. If I'd have known you were this close, I'd have visited more. No, you're not allowed. I already decided, you know. Until I become an adult, I have to work hard and be strong by myself. Oh, well. Anyway, congratulations. I'm glad to hear training is going well for you. Looks like you've finally become a full-fledged medium, taking on your first job. Yeah, I didn't think it would be this soon. But this case, do you know the messy story behind it? Behold the power of the Maya Intelligence Network. Let's see. 14 people died because of malpractice on Dr. Gray's part, right? And to pin the blame on the nurse, he killed her in what appeared to be a car accident. So what is this intelligence network anyway? Tabloids? That's what I thought. I'm just pulling your leg, Nick. What really happened is the exact opposite. I heard all about it from Dr. Gray. Okay? Oh, come on, Nick. I wouldn't take a crazed killer as a client. It's too scary, even for me. Yeah, I guess so. So, this is your hometown, huh, Maya? Yep. Crane Village, but I've heard people call this place Medium Valley, too. Interesting. So, everyone that lives here is a spirit medium? Pretty much. Most of my ancestors were too, I think. And that's probably true since the fair ability to communicate with the dead is so strong. Actually, only the women of this village are mediums. So what do the men do? Usually work someplace outside the village. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about that girl I saw earlier. Do you know her? Oh, you mean Pearly? Pearly? Pearl Faye, she's my cousin. Isn't she adorable, just like yours truly? Cousin? Wait, then that means, is she also? She's a medium too. Pearly's a real genius when it comes to channeling. I see. I hope I didn't scare her when I tried to talk to her earlier. Nah, it's not you. My aunt drilled it into her head that if a suspicious looking person tries to talk to you, run away. Suspicious looking? Well, you're not wearing training clothes, for starters. Of course not. Pearly is my aunt's most valued treasure, so she's not allowed to go outside of town. She doesn't know much about the world outside of Crane Village. Aunt? Pearly's mother is my aunt, duh. Come on, Nick. Well, Nick, I've got to get going. It's about time for the channeling to start. Oh, yeah. I'm doing the channeling in my house, so come on in, okay? After I'm done, we can grill up some juicy burgers. Alright, good luck, Maya. Thanks. Well, at least she's still the same perky Maya. Crane Bowler. it's time for spirits to live in. Handy phone booth. It's a bus stop. Buses only come 3 times a day. That's more convenient than my village. Bay Manor. Excuse me. June 19th, Fay Manor Meditation Room. Ah, Mr. Wright, I'm so glad you showed. Some nice weather we're having today. Aren't you happy? No, not at all. That stupid weather girl made the wrong call again. It will rain cats and dogs today, she said with a straight face. I can't believe they allow such misguided reports on the public airwaves. Looks like talking about the weather with this guy is just asking for punishment. But anyway, this is a splendid manor. No argument there. It's hard to believe that this is Maya's house, though. I was given a guide map to this building. Here, Mr. Wright, I have a copy for you too. Cool. Good to look at the court record then. What are you going to do once the nurse's spirit has been called? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to have her write a signed confession. A signed confession? Yes, a confession. Pay attention. I'll have her write this. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died due to my negligence, and then on May 24th, I fell asleep at the wheel and died in a car accident due to my further negligence. I am sorry and I apologise for being negligent. That's what I'll have her write. It's a confession. The rain falling on my soul can finally stop. If it's a big fat lie, then, you know... Oh, I see. So, how did you hear about Wright Fay? I heard about her from an acquaintance, a girl studying the occult at the college. That girl introduced me to this village. This is the home of the Crane School of Channeling. Channeling. The home, huh? And Miss Maya is a daughter of the Master, I hear. Master. Anyway, do you see that door? That's the room where people and spirits meet. Miss Maya's aunt is in there right now. Would you care to meet her? Sure. Move to... Oh, hang on there. Let me examine. Examine... What's this? 100 races. Strong rock. Important observation to make. Once in a lifetime. June 19th, Fay Manor Channeling Chamber. Oh, strange atmosphere in here. These flickering lights, I guess they're candles. Good sir, who might you be? My name is Phoenix, Wright? No, must be that good sir. Good sir? Is she talking about me? You are a lawyer, are you not, good sir? I have heard much about you from Mystic Maya. Is that so, Mystic Maya? I am Mystic Maya's aunt, Morgan Fay. Oh no, Morgan Fay. That is not a that name has many connotations. Arthurian legends and all that, but possibly not relevant here. Nice to meet you. Nah, I'd wanted to speak with you about a certain incident, good sir. It would seem that perhaps you asked too much of Mystic Maya in performing your duties. Most unbecoming, I'm afraid. Don't tell me you've already forgotten. Was it not for Mystic Maya and her assistants, you would surely not have won. First a girl that runs away, and now an old lady who says I stink at doing my job. When did I become the poster boy for how not to make a first impression? The past is the past, though. Let us speak of the present now. Ah, Thank you. Okay. So why'd you add Mystic to Mayor's name? Isn't that a little strange? Good sir. Yes? How dare you be so rude and disrespectful towards Mystic Mayor? I'm sorry. She must be addressed by her proper title, good sir. You must call her Mystic Mayor. Okay, so about Mystic Mayor. What is the blood? Excuse me? Blood? Mystic Maya carries the blood of the Master. In actuality, she's the only one remaining. Only one remaining? What's that supposed to mean? Mystic Maya is the last of the rightful heirs of the Crane channeling technique. Okay, then where do you stand? That is a little more complicated. Although a woman of the Fey clan, I am merely a member of the Branch family. Branch family? What's that? It is as it sounds. For a member of the Branch family, no matter her spiritual power, she can never become the master of the Crane School. So, how strong are you? It is a shame, however, I will admit. I cannot even begin to compare the lowliness of my power to the Master's. So that's how it is. So today's channeling will be her first? Yes, good sir. Because the spirit of a person who dies in a traffic accident is usually very strong, it's usually easier to call that person to our world. Traffic accident, indeed. And the channeling will take place here in this channeling chamber, good sir. As you can see, I'm in the process of preparing. It looks like you're eating a candle. But no judgment. So this room is the channeling chamber. A place where a spirit medium speaks with those who have departed. I don't suppose you'd mind if we observed the session? Do not even think of such nonsense. Only the medium and the client may enter here. Oh. That's very dangerous for Maya. The secrets of the Crane techniques cannot just be seen by anybody. That never stopped Maya from doing it in front of me before. It's also for your safety, good sir, if something were to go wrong. That is why, while channeling is being performed, that heavy door is securely locked. Again, I am worried for Maya. Oh, that's what the lock's for. Oh, yes. I wonder if you have yet to meet Pearl, good sir. Pearl? She is an adorable, angelic young girl. Oh, that odd. She is my daughter. Now then, what was it you were about to say? What a cute daughter you have. A pure heart that knows not the evils of this world is a powerful thing, good sir. Please refrain from afflicting with her, I request. No, affiliating with her, not afflicting. Misread the word. I request. Well, it's not like I had the chance to anyway. I must insist and stress that you'd not let it occur. Okay, I get it. Folding screen. Please don't touch the sacred objects. Those objects have been offered to the spirits. If you were to touch them, sir, they will become cursed. Yes, cursed. She really didn't have to talk down to me. I'm much of an idiot. We were just inspecting, not touching. We look with our... We're looking with our eyes, not our hands. Though that is a horribly ableist phrase, I have to say. There's an empty space. This feels important to know. Oh, hang on, it said slide. Now we can Fey Manor, Winding Way. This garden is really breathtaking. Someone put a lot of love into it. What's that over there? Is that an incinerator? It looks a little out of place in a garden like this. It's a really old urn. It's a cracked urn. Peaceful room. It's a small incinerator. A trash bag. Well, I suppose that's sensible. As long as it's not toxic. I would definitely be piqued, interest-wise, by an incinerator. Move to the side room, I guess. June 19th, Faye Manor's side room. So this is the side room. It looks like people are asleep in here. It's like more of a break room. With bedding spread out on the floor. It looks like someone's sleeping in. I shouldn't disturb them. But I'm going to poke them. Some more archive. I like archives. Okay. Oh, God. Hey, you! Hold on now. This gal's got a few questions to ask. I'm sure I've heard that southern accent somewhere before. I'm not trying a southern accent. Oh, well, I'll be. It's Mr. Phoenix Wright. So I'm going with South London. Have you been? I ain't seen you in, what, a year? You are, lots of hair. That's the achievement, isn't it? Lots of hair, wasn't it? It's lots of heart, but yeah. Lots of, ooh, wait, you best not be making fun of my hair now. No, I wasn't making fun. I was complimenting you on your fine hair. I dare say you're one artless man, Mr. Wright. It was because of my testimony that your friend got out being guilty. But looks like you already forgot that. Hold up. You were working with the prosecution at first as one of their witnesses. And came up after us as if we were a piece of sirloin steak. Details! Stop being so uptight, letting little things get in the way. The name's Hart. Lot of Hart. Don't you go forgetting it. Oh yeah, that's it. Now listen here, I'm here to take some pictures today. Gonna get myself a real scoop. So I guess you're still at it, being a photographer and... You betcha, the hardest working one out there, I reckon. Didn't I say I was gonna make a name for myself as a famous paranormal photographer? That's right. I say no time to be wasting time. Oh, there we go. Slightly delayed, lot of hair. There we go. The channeling's about to get started. At that time already. We all should hurry up and get to the meditation room. What are you waiting for? Come on! Hi, everyone. Lots of heart, huh? I've been judging her harshly because of that case, but I guess looking back, we had some good times too. Yeah, it was, that was the one where Miles Edgeworth was, accused. Right, move back to the meditation room then. Just brewing my tea. Unbrewing my tea. Taking the brewery thing out of my tea. I'm going to put the lid on my tea so I can drink my tea. Without spilling it all over myself this time. There we go. We will now begin the channeling. Mystic Maya and honored guest, please proceed into the channeling chamber. Hello. Oh, nice to meet you. You've just streamed this game yourself. Cool. Yeah, I'm doing the I'm playing the Trilogy version on the Xbox, and I'm doing the second game, the second case of the second game actually. Just drop a save in. Yes. Justice for All, Reunion and Turnabout. I played the Steam version, fair enough. I played them originally on DS. But when they came out on Xbox, I was like, yay! Though I wish they'd bring out more on Xbox. With this, I can finally swat all those pesky flies once and for all. You hear me? They won't be able to say a single bad thing about me after this. Would love to hear them apologise, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Mr. Wright? Me? Yeah, sure. Sure I would. Miss Stigmeyer, do you have the channeling chamber key? Yep, right here. That is most satisfactory. That key is one of a kind, so please take care of it well. My god, you can just see all set up. Like, oh, there's a gap behind this screen, and oh, this is a one-of-a-kind key. And, there's a suspicious incinerator in the garden. It'll be fine, Aunt Morgan. I won't lose it, trust me. Okay, Dr. Gray, let's get started. Finally, let's go. Don't trust him. Don't want Maya to be alone with him. Click. She's still drinking that candle. Now let us wait patiently out here for them. Please have some lovely bitter green tea and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts. Green tea shouldn't be bitter, but I'll have the strawberry dessert. Hold on now, Granny. Granny? How come we ain't allowed in that room? Dear madam, you have an impressive grasp of English. From where did you learn it? I'm from the Art of the Heartland. Is that so? Then I humbly request that you return to this heart of the Heartland. What are you? This is Crane Village. If you cannot follow our traditions and rules, we request that you leave. Sorry. Wow, she shut the lot up. Now that's impressive. Now then, let us wait. Okay, because that's what you want to hear. Bang. Hey now, what's that just now? Came from inside the channeling chamber. And that was another one. Hey, that's a gunshot. Excuse me. I've heard that sound before. It's a gunshot. I might bet Maya threw on it. Maya's in there. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what's the plan? What else? We're gonna break in. What? But there's only one key and that kid's got it. I'm gonna have to break down the door. Is that alright, Miss Faye? Well, yes, but there is one matter. That is, don't try and stop me. You can send the repair bill to the Wright and Co. law officers later. Yeah, now that's what I call being a man. Slam. Yeah, it's a solid oak door, possibly. Oh, no. Okay. Dr. Gray. Click. Oh, dear. Hi. I was murdered. Maya? That man murdered me. So I killed him. What? Stop taking photos, Lotta, at a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she, Maya? Step away from there. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. But... Hurry, before there are more victims here. Hey, let's go, city boy. Leave this to the granny. Don't want to leave Maya. June 19th, Green Village. My cell phone doesn't get reception way out here, so I ended up using the phone booth to call the police. And they're on the way. That's good. Lordy, I saw a genuine mysterious phenomenon. She seems really on edge because of all this. Not that I blame her. I'm scared to death by what's going on. Oh, my neck. Ugh. Hey, mister. That gal, Maya, she wasn't the one that pulled the trigger, was she? Yeah. Lotta doesn't know that when Maya's channeling, her whole physical appearance changes. is useful. Then again, weren't there only 2 of them in there? I reckon she must have done it then. So what do you know about Dr. Gray? Not much, but I did some digging. That's one gent with a bad reputation. Really? I hear he's good at surgery and stuff, but his personality stinks like white sheep. I sort of got the same impression myself. He's real controlling. As soon as his nurse or patients don't do as what he says, he starts hollering. Must have been real rough to work for him. Okay, so let's now move back. June 19th, Faye Manor Meditation Room. Ah, Mr. Wright. Miss Faye, how's, Mystic Maya? She has returned to this world. The spirit severing technique was successful. Let me see her, please. She is still unconscious. I humbly request that you wait outside for her recovery. Guess I just have to wait. Sigh. Our police are here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? You again. What are you doing all the way out here, Detective Gumshoe? That's actually kind of funny. I was in the area for a business trip, pal. Well, time to check out the crime scene. I'll have to question everyone here later on. So just sit tight, alright? Why is he grinning at me? Shall I show you to the scene of the crime, Detective Jim Shue? My name isn't Jim Shue. 2 of them went into the channeling chamber. I guess all I can do for now is see what everyone else has to say. Door doesn't look very broken now. Can we go in there? Oh, we can. Ow! That was my shoulder making a horrible clicking noise when I stretched it. Police are busily running in here and there, and I don't see Maya anywhere. Hey, you! Don't you touch anything. Look, I really need to ask you some questions. Don't look at me like I'm some sort of uncaring jerk. Tell you what, pal, I'll let you ask me a few questions, alright? Cool. About Maya. I hate to break this to you, pal, but with the way things look right now, that girl's the only one who could have done it. Yeah, only Maya and the victim were inside this room, after all. But Maya's... You can ask more about her later, pal. Right now I got a job to do, and that's collecting evidence. Detective Gumshoe looks like a real professional. And yet, something about his expression still looks the same. So Dr. Gray was shot with a gun, huh? He was shot in the forehead? But he was also stabbed in the chest with a knife? A knife? Basically, the victim was first stabbed, then he was shot. We had 2 gunshots there. Okay. Interesting. Examine. We examine the... Nope, wrong thing. Wait, we're not going to be able to examine anything. Okay, fine. Let's move to the winding way, because why not? We better examine this just in case. No, it's not changed. Okay, move to the side room. Pretty sure there was someone sleeping here earlier. Like, how can I help you? Like, so isn't it about, so isn't it about time to start? Time to start what? You know, like the channeling. Channeling? Oh, no, actually, the situation has kind of changed. Like, what do you mean? Please stay calm, but there has been a murder. So, like, a murder is that thing where, like, one person kills another, right? Yes, a person has killed another person. Oh, that's, what are the words I'm looking for? It's like totally a bummer. Yeah. After all that effort, that's all she had to say. I'm sorry, I forgot, introducing myself. My name's Zini Mini. The college, I'm researching and studying parapsychology. Parapsychology. That's right. I think people usually call it occult studies or something. Like supernatural phenomenon, ESP, and psychic powers, that sort of stuff. That's pretty out there. I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. And so what brings you here today? So I was the one who told Dr. Gray about this place. He asked me, do you know of a good spirit medium? Dr. Gray did say something about being introduced to this place. Because, talking to dead people and, multiple personalities is my thing. I see, then why were you taking a nap here? I wasn't feeling good. Huh? I'm, allergic to sesame seeds. They, must have put some in the food they served for lunch. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. So I, felt sick and came in here to, sleep. I totally feel like I've wasted my time because I, slept a long time. So you were sleeping in here the entire time? Yeah, ever since lunch. So you don't know anything about the murder that took place? What? Oh, that. I, totally know nothing. So who was, killed? The surgeon that requested the journaling, Dr. Gray. You and Dr. Gray knew each other, right? I don't know any Dr. Gray. Oh, really? And what was all that talk about him earlier? Well, a long, long time ago, I was, a patient, yeah? She sounds like she's trying to hide something. Yeah. You left the blanket a mess. You can fold it? I had a really good nap and, I was thinking of leaving it like this, so, it's all set for tonight. There's no one here as usual. Hey, how are you? Your pal, right? Silence as ever. What's that she's got in her hand? I've seen it somewhere before. Oh God. What is it? Is it my hair? Is it spiky? Is it too spiky? Is it not spiky enough? Where is, Oh yeah. She's probably scared out of her wits having a murder take place right by her. Lotta? God damn, no, let me be no, God, you don't scare me like that. What do you mean? You're the one scaring me. If I weren't so tough, you'd have another dead body in your hands. Mine. Okay. There it is. Did you see or notice anything that stuck out at you? Nah, well, maybe one thing. What is it? Turns out my poor stomach's not good at handling this kind of thing. Huh? Curses and ghosts and stuff coming back to get you. This is just too much, I say. What is too much? Being an occult photographer. That's some scary stuff, so I think I'm going to try being a celebrity photographer now. Going after photos more within your reach from now on. More glamour, less gore. What's that? Oh yeah. What is it? I took some more pictures earlier. Remember, I took some pictures at the murder scene inside. She's dead too, even. The seance murder. I sure like the ring of that. Yeah, sensational story. But, sorry, but my journalistic sense is burning inside me. Hate to cut and run, but I'm heading back in. Gotta beat those cops to the scoop of the century. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that on it. Don't know who's scarier, Lotta or the spirits. Why does it feel like we've been through this before? I don't know. Oh dear, madam, you have such impeccable timing. Like, what's all the buzz? Ahem. Alright, everyone, listen up, you two, pal. I'm gonna give you all a brief update. Right now, it looks like the investigation's not going to be done until the elite. That is a terrible shame. I propose that everyone sleep here under the roof of the Fey Manor tonight. Okay. What a mess. I can't believe how crazy this day turned out. I was arrested and taken away by the police. I don't see myself getting any sleep tonight. June 20th, 8:02, Fey Manor meditation room. Morning. Guess must have nodded off at some point. I hope Maya's okay. I should hurry and get to the detention centre ASAP. June 20th, 10:34. Wow, that was quick. Detention centre visitors room. Nick! Maya, what am I going to do? I never imagined it would turn out like this. Calm down, Maya. Take deep breaths. To think of it, the first time I met her, it all started right here in this detention centre. I finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. It doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. I was too weak, and I couldn't control the spirit's power, so... I don't want to bring up the case quite yet, but... You don't have to be nice to me, I understand. So you're the master or something of the Crane School of Channeling. I keep saying challenging. Actually, my mother is for now. Since that title is passed from mother to daughter, I guess I will be someday. But many people think that channeling isn't real, that it's all just an act. You believe in us, don't you? Yeah, because I've seen it with my own eyes. And Maya's channeling a spirit, not only her voice, but her whole physical appearance changes. It's a supernatural phenomenon that occurs every time. Happened this time too. Dr. Gray said they wanted to call the nurse, so... Maya's body must have taken on that nurse's appearance. Exactly happened in the channeling chamber. I went into that room with Dr. Gray, locked the door, sat down across from him. Okay. We closed our eyes and I began channeling. This is sounding kind of creepy, like the beginning of a scary story. And that's the last thing I remember. But after a spirit comes into my body, I lose myself, my consciousness. Then you don't remember a single thing. When I came to, I was being held in my aunt's arms, and there was blood all over my clothes. Oh, but I do remember having a dream. Dream? What kind of dreams did you have while you were channeling? I can't remember it all that well, but I was dead and buried in the ground. I couldn't move and it was unbearable, really suffocating. It went something like that. I see, I have no idea what to say to that. There was a really familiar smell too. Under the ground? Yeah, I can't quite place it, but I know I've smelled that same scent before. I guess this is about all the information I'm going to gather for today. Back later, Maya. In the meantime, please make sure you're prepared, okay? What is it? A document requesting me to be your attorney, of course? But what's wrong? Are you sure? I mean, I'm guilty. I'm a murderer. No one's decided that yet. But I did. I killed that person with these two hands. That's enough, Maya. It's hopeless. If you defend me, you'll lose, I'm sure. Stop it! Help. Nick, help me. I'm scared. Don't worry. I will. When's the trial? Sounds like tomorrow. Give you much time. As usual, zero prep time. Alright, I'm going now. Wait. It's John. This is called a Magatama. It's a magical charm and it's always protecting you. Give this to Pearly and I'm sure she'll lend you her spiritual powers. Magatama received from Maya. Hi, Jessie. Did I know what? I actually do know that. Yep. 100%. I am very familiar with that feeling. Going to sleep and then waking up's not smart, whatever time you do it. Especially because it's not that early for you. I'm very certain that I've said it before. I'm fairly certain I say it quite often. Yeah. And you feel like absolute ass the entire day. Yeah. No, I'm fairly certain I have said this before. Many times. Because I often stay up that late because I'm either reading a good book or something. I mean, I didn't particularly go to bed that late last night. But weird ass dreams again, so it's kind of tricky to decide whether I had good sleep or not. What kept you up? Yeah. It's not good, is it? And apparently I got 8 hours. I do not feel like I got 8 hours. I think it lies. See where my package is on a map. It was 6 stops away like an hour ago. Now it's 1 stop away. Okay. I feel like this is not a particularly brilliant route. Optimal route. But hey, so my bell's going to be buzzing at some point. Date night. Oh, and then you joined a Discord race thing. Okay, fair enough. Understandable. Yeah. So when my buzzer rings, I'll have a quick break so I can get my parcel. Please take advantage of that. I mean, yes. So I'm fairly certain it was self-inflicted, as most of my late nights are. Oh, no worries. No worries. I'm just reading a story about a Moida. And hopefully solving a Moida. I don't know whether we'll have time to solve the whole Moida today. Hi, Nipples! There's anything in my office. Phew, it feels like I've been gone forever, but it's only been 1 day. Oh, that's right. Where's that newspaper Dr. Gray bought the other day? Ooh. Aha, here it is, right on top of my desk. This is the only thing he's left behind that's going to be of any help. Cool. Right, now we're going to go to the village. But yes, hello everyone. Save my aunt no matter what. It's her life on the line. What in the world happened in that room yesterday? Don't know. I want to move. Okay, better wish room Duchess. Sorry. Okay, medium and train, pretty deserted. Okay, let's move into the channeling chamber and let's have a look at the crime scene. Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here. I'm going to uncover some... Whoa, Morgan. Oh, Mr. Wright. Good morning. I'm on my way to go meet Mystic Maya. I thought to bring her some items to make her feel more at home. Namely tea sippy till you lose your tongue and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts. I'm sure Maya will be very grateful. That's Mystic Maya, good sir. Oh, she's one scary lady. Oh dear, sweet Mystic Maya. Pal looked constantly for you last night, as did I. I know it's important for me to search the site, but I should ask her some questions too while I have the chance. I would like to ask you a few questions about what happened yesterday. You mean that awful tragedy? That man murdered me. So I killed him. Maya? Step away from there. Oh, there we go. Quick break. Back in a moment. The void talks back. Oh, no, my doorbell rang, so I was like, I'll have a quick break and nip Lou and get my chocolate. Hi Dan and Milo. You are purple today. How are you doing? Just gonna have a wee bit of chocolate and continue with the story. Ah, the I want to say hockey. Have I got the right sport? Hockey, rugby. Those are the two that are in my head. But anyway, 2 hours on a muddy field. Rugby. Okay. Now you need entertaining. Okay, well, we've got story time. So yeah, which sport was it? Was it rugby or was it hockey? I feel like it was hockey. I don't know why. But anyway. No, in England, hockey is played on a grass field with sticks. Ice hockey is on ice. Oh, well, sorry, Dan. Yeah, you play hockey on a field. That's why I was like, hockey. Ice hockey is like a completely different sport. I was asking which sport because I was thinking, is it hockey? And then I've always like rugby because hockey is on ice, and I'm like, no, not in England. It's not. We don't have a lot of ice. But yes, but you got an ad, so of course you couldn't hear me. So Okay, fine. AstroTurf. Was it hockey? For crying out loud, just answer which sport was it, and then we can resolve that situation. Because I don't know why I've got hockey in my head. It definitely wasn't football. I'm confident it wasn't. Yeah, hockey was yesterday. Oh, so what did you do today? Oh, today it was just you and Milo. All right, okay. So you did play a sport at some point. Okay, fair enough. I thought it was hockey that you were playing. But yeah, today it was just you and Milo on a field. Okay, in which case, who won? Was it Milo? But yeah, so we have Scary Lady. This is a great screen to pause on. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Oh yeah, that was the recap, right. What happened here in this room after I left? Well, first I struck Mystic Maya on the head. To make her go unconscious, correct? That is correct. Next, I performed the spirit severing technique. Spirit severing technique? I mean, showing up and participating is, 9/10 of it. Gets you outside. Yay! You both won. Okay, well, that's the best. And Milo had friends. And you didn't get wet, so like triple yay. Yeah, it's not raining today. It's actually fairly clear. I've mostly been getting annoyed with a game that kept glitching on me, so I haven't really paid attention to the outside. Cool. Ow. Oh, I have a hole in my finger. That'll be why it hurts. Spirit severing... Yeah, the spirit of the nurse that was inside of Mystic Miner's body. I used the technique to send the nurse's spirit back to the other world. It's... Okay, it was patched, but I've managed to break the game 3 times and had to restart cases, which is quite irritating. It also has the world's most annoying. You have to wait 48 hours to expand your office, but it does not yet let you sleep for 48 hours too. You know, you have to actually wait for 48 hours in game, and that was incredibly tedious. It's not as buggy as it was because the achievements all work, but it is still buggy in the sense that I have actually broken it and had to restart a case for 2 cases, and yeah, that is quite annoying. But yeah, I was clicking and yeah, it just didn't, yeah. 48 in-game hours, which doesn't take that long, but it's, you know, certainly longer than I wanted to wait for, you know, usually it does the 48 hours later, 2 days later, or lets you skip, and it doesn't, and that was quite frustrating. I'm like, right, well, I will go and make some food then and come back. But yeah, it's not bad. You just had to, yeah, just, you know. Oh, which one are you going for? It's not a great... I mean, yeah, it's on Game Pass. It has decent ratios. It's not massively long to go through. Yeah, it's just if you are replaying a case, which I was... Yeah, that's the one I was going for, and my trapdoor glitched on me. Having accidentally, my screw up, hit the wrong conversation options. The previous time I went through it, so I didn't get the right ending. So yeah, I would say before loading up a save to replay, if you have to replay, like quit the game and like close it, just in case it's getting confused because it thinks you've already got through it and it's something stuck in memory somewhere, I don't know. And yeah, there's a bit where you go into a room to put in a code in a computer. It's about as, you know, vague as I can be without spoilers. And you know, it's supposed to spawn a target thing, and it doesn't. If it doesn't do that, you got to restart the case, which is annoying. And then yeah, the one I ran into is in the last case where I'm trying to spawn a trapdoor. I spawned the trapdoor, I got the conversation, I accidentally clicked on something during a conversation, and now I've got to restart the case again. So yeah, just it's a case of it's like a tiny bit buggy, but it's fine. But it's one of those games where you actually have to Google to get the answer, because the answer is not found in game. The game is about Googling on the internet to find the answer. Not as in not a walkthrough, but as in like real life answer stuff. So I'll give you that tip for free. But yeah, there's a guide for the best ending for the last case, but you have to get through the rest of it on your own. I think the first 3 cases are covered in the first achievement, but then the rest of it in between is not. And I mucked up my ratio, so I thought that I had to go for an ending achievement. I did not. I had to go for one of the other cases achievements, so I've got to go back to the beginning and restart the game, which is fine, but I'm just playing the end to get the endings first, so I only have to do the middle bit twice. But anyway, it's not bad, it's just not great. Yeah, it's not bad, it's just not great. Interesting story, just, you know, I'm annoyed when I break it, and I'm annoyed when it happens several times. Don't know, maybe it's something to do with the quick resume or something, but anyway, so if you just, if you fail a case or want to replay, your autosaves are always at the end of the last case, and you can go back a couple of cases. You can't save very often in the game, it's really weird. So, yeah. But yeah, if you have to restart something, then I would quit out the game so you clear the memory cache thing. But anyway, if it has one that matches, then that's fine. But yeah. So anyway, I wonder if this kind of testimony is even admissible in a court of law. I'm replaying for the endings. I did it perfectly the first time. I've had to replay because it glitched on me as well. I didn't screw up. There's 3 endings. I've played the last case 5 times now because it's glitched, so yeah. By the way, what is this room exactly? Channeling chamber. This room was created for the sole purpose of preventing such tragedy as yesterday. What do you mean? Sometimes when an inexperienced medium calls an especially strong spirit, that spirit may become violent and revolt, as you witnessed yesterday. Revolt? But how? When the spirit enters a medium's body, she loses her will and herself steps aside. To put it another way, the spirit is borrowing the medium's body, good sir. But isn't that extremely dangerous? Experienced medium has little problem controlling a spirit. But Mystic Maya, that was her first channeling. And that was why I insisted on locking the door. However, I never thought that it would be calling danger upon the client himself. I'm grateful that one of our heirlooms was not damaged in this horrible incident. And that would be that folding screen there is the Korean sacred writings. Along with the Korean sacred urn, they are this village's most treasured possessions. If I ever found out that something had happened to either one, either humanity. Not for her to be worrying about folding screen at a time like that. I guess this isn't just some dilapidated old screen after all. So how is Pearl today? Mr. Wright. Yes? In this world, Pearl is my most treasured possession. When compared to even Mystic Maya, Pearl has the spiritual power to become a master. That's very impressive. Until now, the women of the Branch family have thought themselves to be inferior. But Pearl is different. Her spiritual strength is so great it's even greater than some of the main family. Yes, Pearl is a channeling prodigy and is the pride of the Branch family. Wow, she's really fired up now. In any case, our world is so different from yours, perhaps it is best for you to quit. Good sir. Quit? Quit what? Anyway, I'm going to examine the room. It's a beautiful folding screen. It's the hole in the folding screen. Well then, I do believe it's time for me to take my leave. Alright, please tell Maya I said hi. What was that? Mystic Maya. I will tell her. Ugh, she creeps me out. Okay, so there's a hole. Empty space. What? We broke the lock. Ugh. Little Pearl isn't here today. Maybe she's at school. It does look like the sacred urn has been broken and glued back together. Fairly certain that is a thing. Oh, hey, like, you're that guy from yesterday, the, dentist guy. No, I'm a lawyer. That's right, Mr. Smith Esquire. That's right. Wait, I mean, you're wrong. My name is Wright. Smith, right. Well, I got like 3 letters at least. I don't think she gets the points. Anyway, where are you? Why are you here? So, like, I study this thing called parapsychology at this college, and you told me about that yesterday. The sesamiology too. What I'd really like to know is why you're still here today. Oh, so like that's what you mean. It's like you should have been more clear about it. Sorry, my bad. It's okay, like it's really... And that's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again? If Lotta ever wanted another genuine mysterious phenomenon, it's right here. So, why are you still here today? Like, there's so much for me to, like, study here. Like what? Like the medium's training, or like how they inherit their spiritual power. Suppose this village is the real thing after all. So, like, I asked if I could stay here for, like, a little longer. She sure seems like the carefree type, at least on the surface. You heard about the murder? It's, like, totally scary, she says with a steady smile plastered on her face. So do you know anything about it that might help? Somehow I don't think she has a grip on reality, let alone what's going on here. About the victim, Dr. Gray. I don't know who you're talking about. Wait, I think you asked about him, like yesterday too. That's right. Her reaction yesterday when I asked was... a flashback. I'm not doing the flashbacks. She's definitely hiding something from me. Like, is something wrong? Ooh, hello. Now, where did that box come from? Sure this wasn't here last night. It looks like the box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big. Mostly empty. A few costumes at the bottom. Isn't it cute? I totally bought that. Ah, so it's yours. Yeah, so this village is really famous for channeling and bears. Wait, famous for bears? But it's okay, if you ever see a bear, you just play dead and they leave you alone. Is that right? Yeah, because fighting back is totally no use. Has she actually tried to fight one? You surprised me. And how are you today? I guess she isn't open to friendly chatting. She's still holding something in her hand. It looks like the same thing she had yesterday. Oh, we could give her that stone thing. Oh yeah, Maya said to give this to you. Hello! I'm in trouble now. If Morgan sees us like this, I'll be the next on their channeling. That's Missy Grace. Huh? She actually spoke. Who are you? I'm Phoenix Wright. I worked with Maya. with Mystic Maya? You're Mr. Nick, right? Excuse me? I bet I know who she picked Nick up from. I'm playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. It's the second game in the series. We're in the second case in the game. I know who you are. You're Mystic Maya's special someone. What? So then, of course, you're going to help Mystic Maya, aren't you? That's what you're going to do, right? Well, I will. Oh wow, it's like a beautiful fairy tale. And it's luck shining brightly in your eyes. It must be true love. What? Why am I being boiled into a bright red lobster by this little kid? I'm so jealous of Mystic Maya. Ah, what a wonderful relationship. Wait, I mean, we aren't... Things aren't like... Why would there be Metallica on the soundtrack? I can tell you're a good person. Alright, Mr. Nick. I may be small, but I'm going to help you in any way I can. Okay. Can I talk to you now? Pal, are you friends with Maya? I feel very grateful to be friends with her. She's so great. I want to be like Mystic Maya when I grow up. I really look up to her. I did not know this. I had no idea Maya was so revered. Usually when people don't use Mystic Maya's title, I get mad. Oh, sorry. But if it's you, Mr. Nick, then it's okay. Because you're special to her. Where in the world did she get an idea like that? By the way, this may be rude, but which channeling school are you from? Which channeling school? Yes. For example, I study the Korean technique. Ah, I get it. No. I'm a lawyer. Lawyer. Yep. Is that related to spirit mediums in any way? None that I know of. Wait, are you telling me you don't know what a lawyer is? I'm sorry, but I have no idea. I did say Pearl doesn't know much about the outside world. So, what's that you've got there, Pearl? Oh, this. I found it yesterday. If you want it, I can give it to you. Oh. Alright. Well, if you really want to give it to me. You look like a child at a toy store, Mr. Nick. She not only speaks in a refined manner, but laughs in one too. Black key. Added to the court record. Mr. Nick. Yes, Pearls? I can call you that, right? You're too cute. You're too cute to just call you Pearls. Pearl. Sure, Mr. Nick. You sure it's okay for me to have this Magatama? Yes, it's okay. I was told to give it to you. But I can't accept something like this. All I really should do is charge this Magatama with spiritual energy. Spiritual energy? Please take this. I'm sure it will be helpful. What do you mean? It will let you see people's secrets. See people's secrets? Yes! If it's alright with you, I would like to accompany you for a little while. I can explain the Magatama's power to you when we meet someone hiding a secret. Oh, heck yeah. Can we go to the side room? Because that lady is sure hiding a secret. Hello again. We seem to be seeing a lot of each other today. She's like totally cute. Is she like your daughter? What? No? How old do you think I am? I want to ask you about the victim, Dr. Gray. I totally don't know him. Okay. It's the spirit lock! What's that? You can see it, can't you, Mr. Nick? You can see the lock on that person's heart. What? This is the power of the Magatama. Only you can see these cyclocks. Okay, fine. Spirit lock was much more appropriate. Mr. Nick. Cyclops, huh? Okay. Though that is kind of funny if you say it like that. The more someone wants to hide their secret, the more locks you will see. If it's only one, I think you can easily unlock it. Unlock? But how? Please use Mystic Maya's Magatama on this person, and let's remove the lock. I have no idea what she's talking about, but guess I'll give it a try. You must be careful though, Mr. Nick. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you. If you don't think you have the proof you need, you must have the courage to stop. Well, I've got to start somewhere. Let's give this Cyclops thing a try. I don't actually think I have the thing, the right evidence yet, but we'll see what the game says. Mimi, I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is. And I told you, like, how many times do I, like, have to repeat myself? If you're, like, so totally sure, then, like, where's your proof? Well, it may be possible that you never actually met Dr. Gray in person. Do you believe you might have at least indirectly known of him? Like, what do you mean, like, indirectly? I should try and show the possibility existed for now. Possible connection. I mean, there's a newspaper clipping. It's the only thing I can think of. There's your proof. Like, what is that? Yeah, it's not right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't have a possibility right now. Okay. Okay, then in which case, let's go back to... Oh. Oh. Excuse me. Sorry, my phone keeps beeping. Hey, it's you, pal? So you're gonna be her lawyer, I bet? Yes. Ooh. I really feel bad for you, pal. Just this once, I wish I could be on your side. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, but I shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff to you. Hey, you're a cute kid. I'm not scary, honest. Wow, I never knew Gumshoe liked kids. Hey, I know, I'll show you something cool. Yeah, Gumshoe was Scottish last week as well, and previous weeks. Ah, how's this? Is a real genuine pistol? Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing showing us something that dangerous? Oh, sorry. What about Maya and the charges against her? I don't think you can win, pal. If you're talking about proof, we've got a few pieces. We've got proof? Yeah, pal, that puffy-haired photographer's going to testify tomorrow. You must be talking about Lotta. Actually, speaking of Lotta, I took some hot pictures earlier. Huh? Remember, I took some pictures at the murder scene. Lotta's hot pictures. I wonder what her camera captured. Dead body and medium not looking like Maya, I hope. Besides, you must have realised by now, pal, as no way anyone other than Maya Fey could have done it. What am I supposed to say to Pearl's now? About Dr. Gray. The victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew who he was. His face was all over those tabloid shows last year. Yeah, I know. I was looking through some newspapers from last year and, I could have sworn I had to cut an article out, but I guess I must have lost it. I'm searching through his pockets, and boy, are those big. I look very interesting too. Hey, do you have a copy, pal? Copy of that article. I think Dr. Gray may have brought a copy to the office when he came by. Okay, I can present that to him. About Maya's trial tomorrow. I've got 2 pieces of news for you, pal. 2? Yeah, bad news and even worse news. So which do you want to hear first? I don't really care. Doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to like it. Alright, pal, well, the prosecutor for the trial is Prosecutor Von Karma. Oh, we're screwed. What? Von Karma? Have we not took him down yet? Manfred Von Karma was an awe-inspiring veteran prosecutor. Never lost a case in the 40 years of his career, and he raised a fearsome disciple. The horrible aftertaste of the evil he force-fed me is something I'll never forget. Wait a sec. But didn't Von Karma stand trial, and that's where the other piece of bad news comes in. The Von Karma you're feasting tomorrow is actually a successor? Oh! It's his daughter! Oh, she's awesome. So, who is his successor to Von Karma? Literally, pal, it's Prosecutor Von Karma's kid. His kid became a prosecutor real young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since. That's what they call a prodigy, pal. Kid, huh? Wait a sec. 13? The kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13? I mean, a prodigy like that would have heard something. I would have heard something about. Oh no! The kid was born. At least in Germany, pal. That country's got a lot of stuff and is a great place to develop a person's talents. Germany, huh? Probably why I've never heard of this person, and they'd have to re-qualify because you can only practice law in the country that you've got qualifications in. Still, all it takes is someone mentioning the name Von Karma. And I get terrible flashbacks to that case. Yeah, when we took him down because of Miles Edgeworth. We tried to kill him. Stop it. Get a grip on yourself, Phoenix. None of that matters anymore now that he's gone. Okay, so you were talking about a newspaper. Do you mean that one? Dr. Gray brought this over to my office the other day. And, it's that news story. The one about the malpractice suit. 14 patients died and it caused a huge stink. Yeah, but that's not all, pal. Things only got worse after that. You mean the car accident the nurse died in? Oh, here we go. I brought my own clipping with me today. Here, pal, this is for you. Alright, thanks. Meanie. That name sounds familiar. Nurse at Grey Surgical Clinic died after falling asleep at the wheel. Right, well, let's go talk to side chamber lady again. Now we have evidence. Take a look at this newspaper clipping. Like, what is it? A story about an accident? Please read the victim's name. Mimi. Mimi is a pretty rare last name, wouldn't you say? Miss Mimi wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she? So you noticed she was my older sister. I'm sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse, perhaps, at Dr. Gray's Surgical Clinic? Grey Surgical Clinic? Don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. Hi, Lady McGree. Unlock successful. Please tell me all you know about Dr. Gray. My sister's name was Mimi. She was like a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. That's what I thought. I heard that, like, Dr. Gray was really tough on people. Like a total slave driver. My sis was, like, always coming home totally wiped out because she was overworked. Wiped out? So is that why she fell asleep at the wheel? That guy, like, drove my sister so hard, so, like, that's why the accident happened. The one where 14 patients died from our practice? Yeah, like, I think that was the doctor's fault too. My sis was pushed by, like, everyone's expectations and, like, her duties and stuff. And that pushed her to her death. Oh, I'm sorry. So, like, are we done? I've, like, already told my story to, like, everyone. Do you understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a psych lock works. Well, I don't plan on prying into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to. The lot this time was pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying.
I really want to know what's in that. Ow!
Mr. Nick?
What's wrong?
I have never left Crane Village.
Really? Wow, that's pretty amazing.
You were going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? Please tell her I said hi.
I will, cutie. Hey, wait! She ran off. Again. Well, I know Ina's secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. Don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face. Ugh. I don't think we'll finish the whole case today. I don't want to go past my actual proper end time. Not like yesterday. Yesterday was wild. But I also have to cook dinner, and I'm not eating at 9 o'clock tonight. I'm supposed to do them all. Yeah, I ain't got time. Can I do anything? Can I really save her?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Must be Maya. Been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? That voice. Yeah. Even without being here, it looks like you've learned to stand on your own. It's her older sister. They changed the art in this case. Mia, she's Maya's older sister and my mentor. She was shot. No, she was killed. She was a top-notch defense attorney, top-notch defense lawyer, but a certain case forced her into retirement. Whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help, just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face in front of your client. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets, and especially when it's bad. Yeah. Can't smile at the end if you haven't been smiling the whole way there. In any case, the face you're making now is no face to show a client, Phoenix. So tell me all about it. I'm going to guess that my sister is in a lot of trouble again. I told her everything about what had happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes deep in thought while she listened. I see. Mia, what am I supposed to do? It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me please, believe in your convictions and fight for the complete acquittal of your client. And you think Maya's not guilty? How can you be so sure? I know she is, and I'll give you a hint as to why. Yes? Mediums can't have dreams. They can't? From what you told me, it sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she died and been buried in the ground. But that is impossible. You've heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears, which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then what does it mean? I think it's safe to bet that Maya was set up. Set up? It's up to you to blow the lid on this case tomorrow. Or blow the lid off the case. Show how she was set up. How am I supposed to prove her innocence when I have nothing to go on? If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is? Just as it sounds, Phoenix, you already hold the key. Really? Come on, show me the key to this case. Key, huh? Alright, I'll show her the key. Okay, present the key. Are you saying Phoenix is not a good lawyer? Mia, have you seen this key before? No, the key. It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key, Phoenix, listen. Right now, that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be the piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. You already know everything you need to know. You know what the key to this case is. That is enough. But... How can I win tomorrow without knowing who the real murderer is? Who could have... Why is there a bullet hole in the bottom of the screen? If the guy was shot... Oh, he was. I didn't know at the time. But this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. This day? Or tomorrow? I don't know. I'm not missing chocolate. Ah. Oh. Mia, what? What's wrong? That's right. I can see them. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer. For this to be something that she would hide in a lock and key from even me? What in the world is going on? Okay. We'll have to see where we are when we get to 6 o'clock. How close we are to the end. So I don't think we're halfway through yet. But it's fine. We can finish this episode next week. We're just making our way through it. Secret von Karma, you mean? No, I heard it's its successor this time. Successor? Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. Pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, also he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. I can't remember what his daughter's name is. We'll find out in a minute. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. But now, his successor, I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearly! You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out to the manor and followed a nap. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not, I ran. It's 2 hours by train. That's... I can't... Oh, if it takes 2 hours by train. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who's that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd only seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorching, fierce battle until the very end. was always back and forth with them. When you're rivals for life. Oh yeah, please don't mention that name ever again. Hmm? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone, and he's not coming back. Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. I think he's just gone as in he left physically, not died. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? Court is now in session for the trial of Mayor Fay. Will the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this kid? Ahem. Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Hmm? Ah, yes, Your Honor. So is he mad at me? Mr. Hang on. Chairman. Sehr good. Mr. Phoenix Wright. It's going to sound vaguely Belgian, French, German, mushed up into one. I'm just trying to get an accent. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famous successor of the prosecutor von Karma? I am Franziska von Karma, the protégée. Yeah, we're a little bit too French there, but I don't care. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to the country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow. I am talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. Beg of you. Ow. Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Rawenge, yes. Prosecutor von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fay, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very, very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? Nope, we're going for innocent, thank you very much. Usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. You could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... the defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justifies self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scared as her father. Like daughter, I suppose. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map. The challenge chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I do believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over. Floor plans added to the court record. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. A shot was fired from a point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, Sturdy was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used a pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? I was the victim's. The victim? No. Why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point you are missing is whose fingerprints are on the pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints. Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Fees, were also in the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. What right into our hands there? The shot was fired from point blank range. Point blank, so about how far away is... I mean, it's literally... Ow. Stab yourself in the forehead. It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. Okay, so why do they always like... Point blank is like, you know, touching. 12 inches is like, you know, 30 centimeters. That's an entire ruler. Like one of those big ones you get at school, not the little dinky ones. And how do you know we shot at point blank? Hang on. Mr. Phoenix, right? I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet wound. Gunpowder exploding is what makes the bullet fire, and that gets a real hot pile. Oh yeah, I didn't actually read out what he said previously, but it was something along the lines of anything between 20 and 12 inches. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Well, never knew that. Never learn, I guess. I knew that. Before the victim was shot, Sturry was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife? I see, and whose knife was it? Oh, looks like it belonged to the Fees, sir. And of course Maya Fee's fingerprints are all over it. Over it, huh? This doesn't look good. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, I would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. It does sound really nice to say like my head stabbed him with intent to kill. Murderer used a pistol to finish the victim off stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter, then, which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots fired. Bears Myers and Gray's fingerprints. Murder weapon, small fruit knife, belongs to the face. Bears Myers' fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at the time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary now wasn't just oversimplifying things to the extreme, Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes. Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised Mr. Phoenix Wright, you will change your plea in less than 10 minutes. Will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now will be the time to do so. This is your final chance. With that, huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Even though it really does look like tried to kill her and she defended herself, we're pleading not guilty. We plead justified self-defense, we will be basically confessing to murder. For the trial, Maya's life would be ruined and she'd be labelled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor! Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defence will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Ow! You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective? Excuse me? Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here, proceedings are run by... Ow! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. The photos! Incriminating evidence. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Costume? It's their bloody clothes! As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked, I can also see a bullet hole, attacked and killed a person who without doubt was not fighting back. It was his gun. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of back spray of blood on this. Last piece directly links Maya feet to the crime, sir. Well, no, it links her to the crime scene. I mean, she was in the room. We're not disputing that part. Court accepted into evidence. Maya's costume. Her bloody clothes. Just because it's not what you would wear doesn't mean... Excuse me. No. It's fingerprints on both window weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name, it's disturbing. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Oh, alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. Costume the defendant was wearing. As you can see, it's covered in blood. I see it's also covered in a bullet hole. There's blood on the costume. Lab results show that it's the victim's blood. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... We must change the topic since you could Detective here must testify again. Too bad, not enough time, let's move on. Ah, yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Even the judge is on her side, but if I bite off more than I can chew, should you hit press further, there's a bullet hole. I saw it. Very briefly. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? Maybe there is something, a reason. The bullet hole! There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Really don't have to look very hard. Mr. Wright, Mrs. Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Ugh, looks like my time is up. So about the costume. There's one little thing. Got honor? Actually, there's something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem we're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have is with this little hole that I'm going to poke in the evidence. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve. There is a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make, it must be a bullet hole. Order. This is a great grave matter. It's best that we correct the court record first before anything else. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How could you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. I agree it's a mistake on the part of the police. Excuse me. What Prosecutor Von Karma said is very true. The evidence still stands. If you don't find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. Okay, if it wasn't fighting back, why is there a hole in the costume? Close. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who without a doubt was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police supposedly overlooked to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Ha! Yeah, right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is with that? Are you finished yet, laugh? Oh, are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma? It seems that my affair was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That's correct. But I am sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Now that you... Why, that's right. Ow! Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. Oh. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, Just the fact that there's a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yeah, yes, sir. Right away, sir. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out the gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. This scenario put together does make sense? Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Fixing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Huh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around a bullet hole. Oh. But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. It's a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Wright. You can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain that away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of the fight, the victim pushed the defendant away, and it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? So that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then, that's why the defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have pushed some space between the doctor and herself. Then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. That should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal flaw? Oh, very interesting. I would love to see what this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. Has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. Some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. When she was about to strike. The doctor took his shot. Must be a piece of evidence that contradicts that line of thinking. Yes, there's a hole in the bottom of the screen. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that, a folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to this hole in the folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Too rid of that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... When the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Kind of like she was sitting, meditating. Order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. She was standing here near the folding screen. Wait a sec. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You of all people should know the answer to that question, Miss Walcott. She was shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there are not. There's nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. But how do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way back by the folding screen? Exactly. If my affair was a real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? On further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured that had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Ugh. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the... Blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. Amuse me. All the things to inherit. Why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? How is it all my fault? You start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-star goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. But punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness, there's got to be Lotta. I think we'll get to the end of the trial for this day, and then we'll finish, because I think that's about halfway through at the end of this trial, based off what I vaguely remember of the thing. And I'm getting a bit tired again. So I thought we'll finish the trial, which will probably still take another 20 minutes or so, and then finish, and then we'll pick up the part 3. I think we're in part 2. Yeah. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, and we'll hear from the next witness. What's on the menu for dinner? Oh, literally says to be continued. I can save. I don't know. I have ingredients for a risotto. but it depends whether I've got the energy to make it. I'll do. Okay, just going to very briefly nip to the loo. I'll be right back. Ow! Okay, I'll be right back when I get my foot untangled. Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret techniques, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose me and my sister's ghosts will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah. Do you remember her, Pearlie? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, you know that? She's what, 8, 9? 11:43, right before lunch. Terrible time to be arguing arguments. Court reconvene. Now the first order of... Ow! I don't want to hear it. Oh man, after I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer or witness the challenging. Witness your name and occupation if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this, didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Ow! Name and occupation. I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. It's fine? That ain't fine, that's a whip! Ah. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. My name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Witness's account. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang, we heard this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside were the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Okay. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Huh? Excuse me? Reckon course. It's a short for you reckon. Of course I did. Ah. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. Here's the picture. Okay. Why is she on this side? That's odd. She was over by the folding screen. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt. Just watch me. What are you having for dinner tonight, Dan? Anyone else want to share dinner plans? Always like talking about food. Is it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You was there too, or you're not? Ah. Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yeah, Dr. Gray and I were the only two that went into the room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, huh? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you, witness? Continue. There were 2 gunshots. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it too as well. Why don't you testify to the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yeah, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And while we were listening to the defendant testify, defense testify, it just became a little crueler. You want sausages, but you don't have any? Maybe cheese and ham cake. I have sausages in the freezer. Ooh. I have sausages and mash and beans in the freezer. Well, not the beans aren't in the freezer, they're in a can. Cheese and ham Kievs, not a bad shout. I don't have any of those. I do have sausages and mash. I can make risotto any day. I really don't have the energy for risotto. I'm gonna have sausages and mash. Thank you for helping me decide. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story eats up. So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Palmer, I broke the door down, sorry. Does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologising. It's great, you're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in? Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awfully confident in testimony. Press harder. Lotta, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? Lotta, a time like this. Perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? Is she mine? When you saw the murder at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct? Well, yeah, you see... Order, Miss Scott. Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony. Yes, sorry. Good, this shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered, one of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Right, so I'm trapped at that one again. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so, Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But with no one else in there... You know it. Channeling chamber's very dark, almost pitch black. Is there really no one else in there? Also, she took 2 photos. Can we see the other one? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Right, given. What in the... Right, given. You know, you reckon that's a given. Took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone's hanging out behind that folding screen. Let me have a word with you, Miss Hart. What, you got a problem? Rec, given? I mean, I am having a little difficulty understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as reckon given... Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or do you? I thought there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fay. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What can I do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You've got something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present? Can't present anything yet. Well, it wasn't actually Hannah, it was a fake. I didn't agree. I think I said hi already, but re-hi. Well, Mr. Wright, nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of your Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not my affair. Didn't say anything about giving up. Don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument yet. That's enough. Is it? Is it all I could do? I think it is quite obvious this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you, totally 100% impossible. Ms. Von Karma, do you have any further questions for the witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions? I have questions. I couldn't protect Maya. The defense has questions. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Mia. Pearl is now Mia. That is just ridiculously tall. I guess I made it in time, wouldn't you say? But Pearl's... Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Yeah? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. Don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any it's fine. I'll allow another testimony. And Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But I mean, I have some place I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. Ms. Hart, hurry and give another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. When we broke into that room, all I could do was focus on Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and goose and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different. Should press oh, well, amuse me with your questions, Mr. Phoenix. Right, I'm waiting. Witness account part 2. Got another shot. I want to see the second picture. 2, right. 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only 1 has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? No, you've got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I'm not evil. At least she knows herself. And why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma? Ms. Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence? Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like that, you're as bad as your father. I'll leave it to the judge. I'm so mad even my throat's clenching up. I better let judge handle this. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How? How can you say that? If you want to see it so bad, I'll submit it. Because that clearly does not look like Maya. I mean, it's her costume and her hairstyle, the bangles, but that is not her. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point is the picture. No, I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. Thank you, Judge. Just doing my work for me. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? It's no good. We've been through this many times. This is not like you, Mr. Wright. Why are you not objecting? The person in this photo is clearly not the defendant yet. There is no way you can raise an objection and up to live. Explain yourself. Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can, yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she is calling. Miss Von Karma. A word, if I may. Yeah? Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned in the judge's mind. I don't even have a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person that is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end, but if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in the picture is not Maya? Oh, I can prove it. There's no bullet hole. Your Honor. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. Contradiction? So you think you've spotted a problem with the picture? Then earn your keep. Where's the bullet hole? Please direct your attention here, to the sleeve, but there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? Certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Right, this should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. I really like her. because, you know, she's cool. I mean, okay, she did hide a piece of evidence, but she did it tactically. She did take an illegal photo. She did it tactically. She's not... Okay, I mean, she's skirting the law. She's not, like, downright killing people and manufacturing evidence like her father did, but, you know, I just think she's cool. Yeah, I don't like the whipping. Yeah, I don't like the whipping. I could do without the whipping. That's weird. At least in a courtroom it's weird, anyway. But fair enough. I said not in a courtroom. Oh, you were talking to Dan. Sorry, Jesse. I'm doing the whole jumping to conclusions thing again. I do apologise. Jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honour. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of these incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If these fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honour, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure the detective gets what's coming. Yeah, you've got oh, what's it called? The thing where Leia helps you. The assisted ladder race thing, where you get told what to do. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salad discussion. Poor Gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. Pilot spoiler? I have no idea what it's called. It's not something that's stuck in my head as yet. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. How many mediums are there? Judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honour, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The defendant's sleeve has a bullet hole on it. However, this person's clothes does not. There can only be one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Ow! The defense's argument is a complete mess. Complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness. Ah! What the heck? Is that any way to ask a girl a favour? Quiet, you. Was he one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room? No. You were lying, I swear that by my whip. That my whip will be the last thing you'll see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Ah! I swear I won't lie on nothing. Just nice. You see now, leads on me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? Where does this other woman appear from? Is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? So that's right. Now, open answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. Can't believe that even me is calling me by my flame. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right, Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. So, where did this intruder appear from and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true... Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... I had left the room. I had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how foolish a fool it makes you. A foolish fool while dreaming through foolishly fooling... Whatever. My affair was being looked after by our Aunt Morgan Fay. Chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Proof that from the time of the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. We have a key for the room. Ms. Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door. Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. Our key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? I mean, we were sitting, like, literally outside the door. But, you know, we don't get the whole bit of the story because it would spoil it. One of a kind. Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but, why is that key currently in your possession? What do you mean? If Maya Fay locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, eat that quick. So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fay must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No. Seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Ms. Van Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. Everybody loses to this fool. He's just that good. I don't care what I have to do, I will get my guilty verdict. And that's what happened to your father. Don't follow down that path. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court adjourned. Alright. That was you, Pearly. You summoned my sis. Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special, eh, Nick? Did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done it. Nick, I know you're trying real hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. I don't think the third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets?
a ticket. Poor thing, so sheltered. To be continued. Perfect timing. 10 minutes before I would normally end. I'm going to take this as a sign. We're going to save. And then we'll pick... Ooh, okay, we got to the end of that. Right, that's fine. We'll just work here. Perfect. So part 3 ready to go. And we'll pick that up next week and finish off. Yeah, because the first case luckily was only 2 hours because I was falling asleep. I am still slightly tired today. It's really annoying. It's like the end of the weekend and I'm tired. That should not be happening. I didn't even go to bed that late and I got 8 hours. It's really frustrating. My brain just doesn't want to cooperate. Anyway, we are ending here. I'm back on Tuesday with a co-stream with Jessie, I believe. That's this week. Let me just check my schedule thing that I've got in a nice handy spreadsheet with my RTDL. Yes, co-stream with Jessie. I think we are going to do the Entropy Center. It's a co-stream. I'm looking forward to that. I do have my week planned out, so I'll post the schedule tomorrow at some point. So yeah. Right. Oh, Jesse, speaking of Jesse, he's gone live for his ladder thing with Leo, so let's go support, well, get foods. Pilot spoiler. Oh no, you were right with the pilot spoiler thing, Dan. Not that I was saying that you would be wrong, just that I couldn't remember it, so that seemed reasonable. Raid Jesse for his race. Yeah, sure. I mean, why not? I mean, everyone's going to go over there anyway. Why not make it a raid? Yeah, people are watching Jesse's race, right? So why not make it a raid? Then you get extra channel points for me. It does nothing else than that, but yeah. Anyway, so I'll be back on Tuesday, 8 PM UK time with Jesse for a co-stream, and I will post my schedule tomorrow sometime for the rest of the week. And yeah, have a great rest of your weekend. Don't know why it's gone by so quickly. That is irritating. But yeah, and I've been Jo, otherwise known as Angel SK. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.